Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Stockton is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Durant. And it's Pettit in at the 1.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music. Stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good.
And so much to like about the shooting ability from Dirk. He has revolutionized the big guys stretching the floor.
And the second free throw, good. And he makes all three.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Paul passes to Jackson. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, you can't expect lockdown D in the All-Star game, especially in the first half.
KD against Kobe. Here's KD. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the East All-Stars. It's a three-point game. Kicks it to Jordan. Bird looking it over. Pass to Jackson. Lets the three fly. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Jackson's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the East All-Stars. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Jamal Mosley. I asked him how hands-on he was planning to be, and he said, not much. He told me it's fun to coach these guys to see what I can generate out of certain matchups, but that's more the exception than the rule. I think I'll be as much of a spectator as anyone. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Here's Kobe.
That extraordinary reach, combined with good timing, makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the East. Trailing by 2. And the pass to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the East. And a nice shot by Bryant.
You got to love that great assist by Jordan.
So it's the West now. Now here's Durant. The shot misses. The East All-Stars go the other way with it.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this. Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Now here's James. Following the miss by Larry Bird. Outside, KD. Nowitzki sets a screen for Durant. 5 to shoot. The 8-footer. The West again cannot hit.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
There's the lob to Jackson. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kobe against Stockton. Launches it. Good on the triple. Pettit's got 6.
Yeah, you know, some might say Stockton is the high water mark for dime droppers. His distribution really on a whole nother level. Great assist guy.
Now here's Paul. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside Jackson. Pass to Bird. On deep. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
And the rejection by Jackson. Ball outside. Great D that time from Durant. Here's Pettit, defended by Bird. Outside, KD. Nowitzki sets a screen for Durant. Shot clock at 6. At the top of the key, Stockton. And it's sent back by Kobe.
And I think Kobe saw the shot coming a mile away. He instinctually gets there for the block.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. And it's a completely new group for the East All-Stars.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Here's the eraser, defended by Paul. The eraser passes to Pippen. There's a good screen. No good off the back of the rim. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
You're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Whoa! Big time!
And he dunks it down.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Paul. Free throw line jump shot. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Here is Lucas. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Good on the bucket.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Carter for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan.
The defense has to crowd Carter. Even as the pass is coming his way, you can't let him have any space.
The eraser passes to Lucas. Looks for Stockton, gets it to him. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. It's deflected. Pippen against Paul. Pass to Lucas. A second chance effort. The shot's good from Abdul-Jabbar. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the East All-Stars.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers. And he's a skilled and willing passer. Vince gets to his teammates on time and on target.
Carter comes in with the double team. For three, Pippen fires from deep. And they'll get another chance. Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket.
Look, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second chance opportunities.
Carter looking around. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's what the East is going with right now. Chamberlain's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Garnett in for Lucas. And West also making a switch. The General's checked in for Stockton. And that drops, so they now lead by one.
When you think Vince Carter, dunking is probably the first thing that comes up. But Vince is also someone who can be a first option. Tremendously talented.
Now, here's Pippen. No points in the game yet for him. Carter on the wing, defended by Pippen. Here's Powers. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. And the West leads by 3.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Garnett outside. Pass to Cowboy. Open for 3. A quick pulls it in. Dishes to Jordan. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Every All-Star game you can count on. You're going to see some heart-stopping plays. That was another one.
Here's the eraser. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Out to the wing. Paul for 3. No good there. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. West All-Stars out in front. They lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. We've got Jordan. The quick is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Powers in at small forward.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars?
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
Jason Kidd checked in for the West. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Garnett kicks to Jackson. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got 9.
You know, KG has never been a selfish player, especially when he sees another guy who is this ready to shoot. He'll get it to him.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. West All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.